Okay, let's talk a little bit about episode 24 from season 2 of Star Trek Voyager, titled Tuvix. I have some problems with this particular episode, and I want to talk about it today. Alright, so before we get into the basic parts of this episode, I want to make one thing very clear, is that Tuvok and Neelix, in my opinion, are nothing more than a modern-day spin-off of Spock and McCoy. They just figured, hey, let's make a comic version of the two of them. It was not a good pairing as far as I was concerned, and to be even more specific and more about how I feel about Voyager, I can't stand Neelix. I think he's one of the most annoying characters. Modern-day Star Trek has problems, yes, but when it came to Voyager, Neelix was a character that I wish got destroyed long ago. This is a character that irritates the heck out of me. Now, toward the end of the show, I think he improved greatly, but for at least half of the series, I couldn't stand this character.
Are Neelix and Tuvok back from the surface?
Not yet. We're having some trouble with the transporter.
Captain, there's a minor glitch in the molecular imaging scanners. Ensign Kim should have it up and running in a few minutes.
Energize.
Something wrong, sir. I'm only getting one pattern.
Tuvok or Neelix?
I don't think it's either of them.
Abort.
It's too late.
Okay, so there's a problem with the molecular imaging scanners. Okay, right off the bat, that tells you that we're going to have a transporter malfunction. Get that. Fine. We can continue on with the story. But the problem, honestly, that I have is that this event should not have taken place. At least this is one of the problems. It's a minor one compared to what I want to talk about. But this issue should not have happened. Yes, there was a problem with the scanners and how they read each molecular pattern. But here's where the rub is. All right, so the issue begins with TNG's Season 2, Episode 22. Think of that episode there. That's one of the worst episodes in that entire season, where Geordi and Riker are surveying a planet. Something nails Riker in the leg. Geordi wants to bring him up for security precautions, and the transporter refuses to bring him up.
Any chances we're the first survey team to set foot on this planet? We don't know what the risks are. Brian, what's the holdup?
The transporter has detected unidentified microbes in Commander Riker's body.
Well, can't the biofilter screen them out?
Apparently not. But Dr. Pulaski has been notified.
Okay, so as you saw there in Star Trek The Next Generation, the transporter wasn't willing to beam him up because there was bacteria in his body that it couldn't detect. There were security protocols in place. Meanwhile, in Voyager, the molecular scanner wasn't working properly. So what happened to the security protocols in the transporter? I have no idea. 2 separate confinement beams, Tuvok and Neelix, were energized, and yet only one appeared. So this thing violates all the transporter protocols, starts beaming 2 up, merges them with flowers that they have in a container box, and suddenly merges them into one. Then I know that's reaching, but it still sounds a little like they were playing with the story a little bit there. But here's my real problem.
You wanted to see me, Captain? I feel as though I've been dragged in front of the Numerian Inquisition.
We've just been discussing the unfortunate predicament that we're all facing. And I thought it was important to get your perspective before making a decision.
Are you suggesting that this is your decision to make?
I am the captain of this ship.
Begging your pardon, Captain. It's my life, isn't it my decision?
My whole problem with this episode basically boils down to this one scene right here. Now, I've heard all the controversy over the past few months about this particular episode, and I've even heard questions asked about whether Janeway is a murderer or not. The transporter fused Tuvok and Neelix together into Tuvix. And then they found a cure weeks later to split him apart, put the other two back together. Is this murder, and is Janeway guilty of murder? A lot of people have answered that, yeah, she's guilty of murder. And you got to respect her situation here. You got to feel sorry for her, because she wants Tuvok and Neelix back, but at the same time, she likes Tuvix. And it's become very clear, at least in one of her logs, that she loves his cooking versus Neelix. But it's this scene right here that really bothers me. And in a way, it's kind of stupid. Tuvix has made friends on the ship. And yeah, he's a freak of nature, no doubt about that. And even Janeway has admitted the dilemma that she is facing here. She's going to have to kill him in order to save her two friends. But here's the problem. How do you invite someone into your office and ask them their perspective on something you technically have already made a decision on? And basically, everyone that Tuvok has been made friends with has already made their decision. They want Tuvok and Neelix back. They've already made their judgments. What was the point of bringing him into the office and asking, I'd like to know your perspective on this? Well, my perspective, Captain, is I want to live, and you shouldn't have a say in whether or not I live or not. It's my life. And then she responds, well, you're Neelix and Tuvok, and their voices aren't being heard right now. Well, my voice is. I want to live. They're gone. I'm here. I want to stay. What was the point of this whole conversation? Was she honestly expecting him to say, well, gee, I like my life. I love all the friends I have. I like you, Captain, but go ahead. Murder me.
Commander, are you going to stand by and do nothing while she commits murder? Did anyone see that this is wrong?
I really don't understand the point of that conversation they were having. What response was she expecting from him? His life was about to be killed off. It was about to end. And she didn't think that he was going to respond any other way? This is ridiculous.
Greetings, Captain.
Mr. Tuvok. Mr. Neelix. It's good to have you back.
The look on her face says it all. She was angry. She got her two friends back, but she had to kill Tuvix in order for it to happen. Which brings me to the point I'm going to make again. That scene in her ready room was pointless. Asking Tuvix his opinion on the situation when he knew that she was going to kill him was one of the most pointless scenes that I have ever seen in Star Trek. Well, I would love your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions, so please drop them below and let me know. And until the next time, my friends, God bless.